I'm a night owl. When the sun goes down, I finally come alive. Wanna live it up underneath the lights. I can help myself, but like this my whole life. But that Gucci, I forget my 9 to 5. So hey, I'm not coming down. The music got so loud. I'm in Nirvana. So fine, I can feel it now. I'm shining in the sky. Nothing can pull me down. I'm a night
Welcome to the final day of team streams for RLCS 2026. This is Last Chance Qualifier, LCQ number top 16 for North America. This is the Team Silence team stream. I'm Spuddy joining me here are Araufbeast sponsors in Cold Stone Creamery and Rogue Energy. Araufbeast, I didn't think we'd be here today. And yet, here we are, top 16 secured in the last event of the last open event of RLCS 2026 for North America. How are you feeling? Top 16 has arrived, and the competition is only getting spicier.
Yeah, definitely. My jaw is all the way dropping to the floor here. Had an extremely rough Swiss stage for us whenever we did try and play a little bit here. I was like, should have had the first two series, but man, what a comeback to come through anyway. We thought that there was a chance we would go 0-3, get eliminated in the LCQ. Team Silence, turn around, they're the ones silencing us this time.
He said it as well. Sometimes, you just let the results speak for themselves. Well, here's what the results were yesterday for us in the Swiss bracket. 0-2 in the first round, and you said it, bad performance in the first two rounds. We did not really get things going until that third series, and really really didn't play like we should have until that fourth series. But we're here. We reverse swept Swiss to get to this point. So you can't say a lot of teams that do that. But one thing to note on, that boost score, -9. I don't think, we mentioned yesterday how bad of a boost score that Team Silence is going to get from this thing. Well, -9's pretty bad of a boost score for Team Silenced. Every team we played failed to make it into the top 16. So for Team Silenced, from yesterday to today, there's going to be a huge shift in terms of levels. And, that's going to include our very first round today against Gen.G and Mobile One Racing. We'll talk about that in just a few moments. But seeing a boost score like that, a -9 boost score like that for Team Silenced, what is the team talk going to be like today? I mean, they got lucky yesterday. Let's be realistic. They had a good amount of good fortune for them yesterday to make it out of Swiss. What's the conversation going to be like today for Team Silence so that they do not have to repeat that good fortune?
So it's more so just going into the GSL group stage, same way they went towards the rest of this stage. Just play your game. Don't try to do too much there. There was some moments where we tried to be patient, tried to more so play a game that I don't think we were exactly comfortable with. So as long as we can turn around, play pretty comfortable here, just play to win, not play to basically be the best here. I think we can get this done.
I love that confidence as well. We're here to play to win, and well, here's what who we're here to play against. 8 teams on our side of the group here, part of Group B, and today's a little bit simpler off these. Yesterday was Swiss. There was a little bit of complications in terms of how matches would go. Today's a lot simpler. 2 wins are into the top 8, 2 losses, and your run is over. So we're right back to double elimination where we started this whole bracket, and where Team Silence obviously had their best performances, but at least their best, I should say, not their best performances, but their best record. Their best performances were definitely yesterday, though, and hopefully they're saving their best performances for later today in the GSL group stage. So here we are, moments away from getting things going, though. Our first match, though, a difficult one. I mean, yesterday we had, again, a lot of good fortune, a lot of nice matchups for ourselves, but today is a much different day, Araufbeast, because our first round against a team far better than any of the ones who played yesterday, Gen.G Mobile One Racing.
Definitely gonna be a very, very tough matchup there. I mean, Gen.G, one of the staple orgs of North America. I mean, they've in the past have won an actual RLCS major as well. So you've got to think the pedigree that comes with the org alone definitely could shake Team Silence here. Not to mention Magic Bear, Evo Frosty, definitely one of the better players here in North America. Just biggest question mark here is if having that move with Evo coming over to Gen.G from Dignitas is going to prove fruitful for Gen.G.
You said it as well. Is it going to prove fruitful for Gen.G Mobile One? Well, you talked about it as well. You talked about where these teams are sitting, what these teams are doing. Well, we're moments away from getting things going. You just saw there the lobby creation for both sides. They're just practicing. They're just warming up. But well, we wait a little bit longer here for everything to be confirmed and for the match to begin. Again, today is still best of 5s. The best of 7s don't start until tomorrow in the top 8. So to preface, tomorrow's only the top 8. Winners, obviously the top 8 teams from these two groups do play in that, but and will play a match. But top 6 isn't until like a week or two after that. So there's a lot of resting time. And for the teams that want to win this whole thing, the teams that are up ahead, as you said, Gen.G being one of them, one of the things that's going to have to be conversation is making top 8 and then making it into the top 6. You got a whole lot of time to rest between now and then. Obviously, not going to think about that initially, but for coaches, at least, that's going to be an interesting situation. And for Gen.G, they do have a coach in Rog, right? So We'll see how that goes for Team Silenced, of course, their coach being Taizuko. But overall, again, that's something that these coaches are going to have to think about. But at this point now, what everybody's thinking about here is just getting themselves a little bit closer, a step closer to the top 8, and obviously their hope is that eventually they can be in that top 8. For Team Silence and Gen.G, both teams that have frequented top 16, but top 8 not necessarily a guarantee for either of them. Especially Team Silence, who hasn't been in the top 16 in a PvP event since Open 2. A top 8 would be a very pleasant finish. At least for Silence, it would be really pleasant. It would be a great finish for them. For Gen.G, obviously, as you said, they're hoping to win it.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing about Gen.G that's a little more unfortunate running into them. If your Team Silence Gen.G, they've proven they have the pedigree to guarantee themselves the top 16. They haven't exactly been able to do it quite much here. They have had Rise on the roster. It was a fun experience, but at the same time, hasn't exactly worked out. So now have to hope that bringing in Evo is going to be the key here to try and take this LC Cube. Obviously, Gen.G definitely one of the favorites to win it, but Foot definitely going to be one. On the other side of the group stage, that is going to be a little bit more difficult here if we go to top 8.
Yeah, I think there are 3 teams people looking at to win this tournament. Foot Esports, the obvious pick. I mean, they're the only team in this LCQ that's actually been on a LAN this season. But the other two being Dignitas and Gen.G, not too far behind, looking to try to play a little bit of upset here, I think, against Foot Esports. But you said it. For Dig and Gen.G, a lot of movements. Evo moving to Gen.G from Dignitas. Dignitas, in return, picking up, apparently, Jax. So, again, both those teams making changes, making some last-ditch moves to see if they can just shape things up a little bit more. But we'll see. For now, we're moments away from getting things underway, moments away from getting our first match going. Teams are still practicing, are still warming up, but when we do get confirmation of this series beginning, we'll let you know and we'll get things underway momentarily. But again, I'm excited to see this thing. Gen.G is a level above everyone we played yesterday. For Team Silenced, yesterday wasn't good for them. Like, they made it through, but I mean, I said it. I think they were lucky to make it through. There is no such thing as luck that's going to make it through today. You got to earn this top 8 spot. I mean, I thought you had to earn the top 16 spot, but you definitely have to earn the top 8 spot. So for Team Silenced, if they have any aspirations to be any further along in this tournament, to make their last event of the season a really good one, it will not rely on luck. It's got to rely on skill and on teamwork. Something that they struggled with immensely yesterday.
Yeah, that's definitely what's going to separate the boys from the men here. Every single team that's in here has earned their spot in the top 16. At that, every single one of these teams in here have proven in the past, and even in this LCQ, they actually are a favorite to make it top 4, maybe even take the entire LCQ if they pop off enough, if they peak high enough. And Team Silence, they're going to have to prove that they can be one of those teams as well.
It as well. They have to prove themselves. Well, this has been a rather long warm-up period for both these teams. So we'll look at the rosters again here while we wait. But, again, I'm excited for this. I mean, it's very simple today what these teams are situated in. Of course, it just comes down to how you're able to stand up and perform if needed. And really looking forward to everything that today can bring to us. The nice thing is for Team Silence and for Gen.G, losing here, you're not out of the tournament. You still have an extra life. So Gen.G have gained an extra life. Team Silence have gained extra life from what they had yesterday. But, of course, the pressure's on. The top-level performances need to be here. And ultimately, I'm excited to get things going. Now, winner of this will play against the winner of... If we take a look at our bracket here, Next to New Esports and Fortnite Flick, the loser will play the losers. So we're playing either Next to New Esports or Fortnite Flick. We played into it a ton this season. We haven't played Fortnite Flick, obviously, but we have played Andy and Gyro on that roster, so that'll be fun to see them again. But ultimately, we're going to be playing either one of those two teams either stay alive or just take a top 8 spot. Either way, pressure's on for Team Silence. And really, I say pressure's on, and yet there really isn't that much pressure on, I have to imagine. They're a heavy underdog in this matchup, so coming in this thing, Araufbeast, do you wonder if this is maybe a less stressful environment for Team Silence because of the team that they're going against, because of the situation they're in? They know that they're expected to lose heavily. Does that mean that there isn't as much pressure on them as there was yesterday?
Yeah, I think that's the one thing that's going to help a little bit after those first 2 losses. Those 2 losses, complete expected wins out of Team Silence that they just could not get it done, but finally broke the Swiss curse, got into top 16. The biggest thing here is, even though this is going to be probably one of the roughest brackets that we're going to see for Team Silence, there are a few teams that, even though they are going to be top tier here, they have proven that they've been beatable by Team Silence in past opens.
Yeah, you said it as well. They have proven to be beatable. I mean, I think we played Gen.G once back in Open 5. We lost that series in a relatively tight manner, but ultimately, we're here. We're ready. It seems like these teams may be ready as well. Will be Team Silenced versus Gen.G Mobile 1 Racing in just a few moments. Forward to what this series, what this Team Silenced has to offer. Moments away from the top 16 beginning here. And Araufbeast, I mean, as we get into this thing, any final comments, any final words you want to say about this match, what it means for Team Silenced?
More so just play for the confidence here. If you can't beat Gen.G, at least make it tough. Make them at least earn that spot to try and qualify through the uppers.
You said it as well. Just give them a good battle. Something that, again, I think Team Silenced have struggled with in the past is give these top teams a good battle, a good test. Well, this is their chance to do so in the last event of the season. 2 wins, you're through. 2 losses, you're out. It's that simple, and yet it's that daunting for Team Silence to be in somewhat familiar territory. Double elimination. They've played there almost every single event this season. They've been in the double elimination stage of the first couple days. So it's a weird aura of familiarity for Team Silence, and yet no familiarity at all for them. Top teams, better opponents, and no guarantees that you will be here by tomorrow 1 p.m. Eastern when the top 8 begins. For Team Silence, the number 10 seed in this tournament, this is where their expected road ends. But they may have a little bit more to give in this best of 5. In this top 16, in this day 4, the last day for Team Streams, the last day we're going to be here for Team Silenced on this channel. It's been a glorious, glorious ride, but do we see it continue? As Team Silenced have a little bit more to give. I'm looking forward to it. I think everybody is looking forward to it. Gen.G looking to chase the top of the tournament. Team Silence looking to chase a top 8 that has been eluding them all season ever since Open 1, ever since they knew they had new heights to gain. This is their moment to rise. This is their moment to stand. This is their moment to see if they can put on a performance of a lifetime.
So just also the biggest opportunity here to try and at least prove again that Swiss stage, even with that -9 goal score, that Team Silence are here to stay. They are here to become a staple here in North America. And again, just prove that they have the pedigree to be able to be competitive like they were before in previous opens.
Did it as well, to be competitive in previous opens, to be here from previous opens. Team Silenced, you said it, this is their chance to maybe put their name in the world. And for a lot of these players, you know, they're thinking about next season. Think about what next season is going to be like. I mean, this is the end of RLCS 2026. What does next season have in store for them? Well, a best of 5 here against Gen.G Mobile 1 Racing. For the first time all tournament, Team Silence is the underdog in their matchup. We'll see what they can bring. It's them on the blue, Gen.G, Magic Bear, Evo, Frosty on the orange. And one best of 5, one way to get your day started here on day 4 in the top 16. Can Team Silenced show shades of what we saw from them yesterday? Play better than they did yesterday even. This is their moment to show us, to find out, to really look to put themselves a step ahead. Gen.G, one of the top teams here in this event, one of the favorites to go to the World Championship by the time this bracket ends. Team Silenced will need to give them quite the battle here, and it's already starting off with Pigeon. One-on-one with Frosty will be followed up by Resinol, a couple bumps in front. Nothing really going there for Team Silenced, and a rather slow, methodical game 1 from them. They're going to need to be able to get offense eventually here. You cannot rely on your defense to keep you in these games forever. But for now, for Team Silenced, I think just trying to sniff out what Gen.G is offering, what Gen.G is bringing, and trying to react appropriately. But this Gen.G team is scary. Individually, they're all incredibly great, and Team Silence are going to have their hands full.
Yeah, definitely already a little bit more resilient than what we've seen in past games. A couple of demos here come across the board, but Team Silence are surviving here. Pigeon trying to find something downfield. Magic Bear does get the clear. You got to be a little bit careful with that. Gen.G have had a lot of teeth in this tournament. They've had a lot of teeth in the RLCS as well. Malev has to do something to try and get something sorted.
Well, that something's not going to help him out very much. It's a shot on target, and it's Reznal who'll get there on very little boost as well. He will not have much of a play here, but that's where Lev comes in. Challenge taken away by Evo. He still has the ball, by the way. Flip reset is almost in. Reznal didn't have any faith he'd get the shot there. That is not the player that you want to be taking your eye off, Evo. As Lev will leave it. Reznal sends it away, trying to find Pigeon down the field. This will be cleared back. Well, I think Lev wanted that ball, but Pigeon will take it himself. Almost lost there, though. Evo, again, is going to be a nasty player to deal with because he can play 1v2. He can play 1v1. He's one of those players who I think at the very top level has failed to find ultimate true success, but in tournaments like these, in matchups like these, boy, can Evo thrive with open room. Has cleared away. Reznal. He'll get a second touch there. Frosty. I remember him in his breakout season of the Snowmen. Now he's looking to find another breakout here with Gen.G. Won't be able to get through there. Still no goals halfway through the game as another heavy first touch from Pigeon. He's not been able to outplay Evo, who seems to be sitting on him any moment he can get. Has a couple demos as well. Lev's going to take out one more. Oh, there's open space for Team Silenced. As Reznal, again, not able to get through Evo, who, again, is just marking that first attacker. Team Silenced aren't able to get offense because of that.
And it's still very interesting though. Gen.G just not willing to push up too much, just trying to see what Team Silence can do here, and it's kind of hurting them, not allow them to take the lead quite yet. It's to give a little bit of space here, Team Silence. But Team Silence have been able to really make it work here. A great 50 from Reznal, but everybody boosted up for Gen.G, so look for them to try and be able to try and pick this Team Silence defense apart. A demo there, but Reznal does keep the close pitch and gets a demo in return. So Team Silence definitely will say in this one, Frosty have to lead this one back from Magic Bear. Pigeon can't exactly find the touch here. Team Silence, they're continuing to get the pressure, but they can't find anything yet as we approach the last 90 seconds here. Neither team willing to break quite yet.
The effectiveness of the 1v1 players has been lacking for both teams. I mean, both these teams have such talented individual players, and yet nobody's really been able to win those one-on-one challenges easily. It's really going to come down to the teamwork, to the passing, the coordination to score! And there's the goal right there for Gen.G. It was a long time coming. You knew they were going to find one eventually, and it didn't take long. Magic Bear doing the work himself, making it far too easy for Frosty, and from that distance, he's not missing. Gen.G up by 1.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit more expected from Gen.G, finally able to get a goal on the scoreboard here, but you have to be careful, Team Silence. Still have that firepower. You can't let your foot off the gas, and even a flip reset, almost a little bit nasty there, but Team Silence do stay in this one. Lev just having to find a clear here. Magic Bear, still a very dangerous player. He's been dangerous for the past couple seasons here in the RLCS, and Pigeon trying to find Reznal here. Reznal gonna put a shot on, but Magic Bear again able to get the save.
These first chances from Team Silence are great, and the counterattacks are lovely, but we need to see some consistent offense from them right now. And part of it came down to the demos early in this game to sort of open up that ability to hold the room upfield. Now, they haven't really been able to find that since that first goal has been scored from Gen.G, Mobile 1 Racing. Cross it clear, and everybody's up here for Team Silence. They know Gen.G's lurking. No second touch. This is an easy play for Evo, albeit a very weak one. Reznal waiting on the goal line, and here goes Pigeon. Other way, past one. Lev, ooh, a heavy first touch. He will bump out a couple. Reznal, Magic Berry makeup beats. It's Pigeon with 2 seconds remaining.
Yeah, definitely gonna break the hearts of Gen.G with that one. You would have thought that would have been ground down. Magic Bear looked for the clear, but it played right into Pigeon's hands there, right into his wings. And now we're tied at 1, likely overtime here. If Gen.G can't get it off the kickoff at that point, I don't think it's likely. We will indeed see overtime. Gen.G gonna have to play a lot harder if they want to take down this Team Silence team.
Yeah, they've had so many good looks though this game. It would be really surprising if Gen.G loses this thing. They've had the better chances, but this Team Silence team just knows how to find goals out of nothing, it seems. But what a start they've had here is Magic Bear trying to go 1v3 again. This time it won't work. Lev able to send this ball to safety. They'll lead the challenge Evo though. It's a great bump. We'll leave it for Pigeon. Look at all the space right now. Gen.G not willing to push aggressively to Pigeon. And as the season's going on, I think we've seen more and more people just give Pigeon the respect he deserves. This guy individually is so good. He can absolutely outplay you one-on-one. Teams know that, and they're not going to play aggressively against that. That is an absolute advantage that Team Silence has, is Pigeon. Is the ability for Pigeon to be clutch, but they've already been clutch once this game. looking to keep it going. Not a lot of boost, though. And Restlev even goes for that. The confidence there. He won't find a play from it, and he won't get support either on that play. Magic Bear, the bump. Great stop from Reznol off the back wall, and he's one-on-one with Evo. Not like that challenge is going to end up very well for him. Already heavy commit. Gen.G hold the ball still, but over a minute gone in overtime. It's scary for Team Silenced. Oh, it's a miss on the back wall. An easy one for Magic Bear. Team Silenced played so well this game. That last goal is going to be so crestfallen for them because Reznol knows that was entirely preventable.
An unfortunate miss there. Just trying to find a way to clear it right there off the wall there. Kind of a missed touch, in my opinion. But Gen.G, definitely a way scarier game than what they probably should have played here. Team Silence definitely proved to be possibly a little bit of the better team in Game 1. But Gen.G still the favorite to win this series.
You said it as well. I wouldn't consider Team Silence the better team in Game 1, but what I will say, though, is this is the start that we've been looking for. We have not seen Team Silence start a day strong. Today they have. That is a strong performance. And if I'm Taizuko, the coach of Team Silence, I'm saying do the same thing again. It looked good. It looked successful. You need a few more goals, a little bit more sustained offense, maybe a few more demos mixed in as well. But you definitely made made Gen.G work for that. And if you can make Gen.G work for those wins, you're doing something right.
Yeah, completely. And Gen.G, usually one of those teams where it should have been a little bit more of an easier game for them. That was not easy whatsoever. That's what I mean by Team Silence played a little bit of the better game that game. They know that they can take down Gen.G with the way that they played there. But Gen.G, if they want to take this entire series, they're going to have to take Team Silence seriously. They're going to actually need to find a way to make the opportunities work. They're going to have to get a little bit more creative than what we saw out of Game 1.
Again, the worry for me, though, is Magic Bear and Frosty. I mean, they've had a couple of moments where they've just been able to 1v2, 1v3 players in Team Silence. That is a game plan that's going to work for Gen.G, and one that Team Silence will need to shut down very, very quickly if they are to stay competitive in this series. Because as long as Frosty, Evo, Magic Bear all have the ability to go 1v2, 1v3, goals are going to result from that, and that's something that Team Silence needs to take care of. But we're into Game 2 here. And oh wow, what an interesting start there. Oh, that completely did not work for Gen.G. They'll be very disappointed about that, but it did work for Team Silenced. Double fake kickoff, and Pigeon and Reznol were all over it.
Just absolutely beautiful the way that Rocket League can work sometimes, but unfortunate for Gen.G there. You look for the fake, but Team Silence had the same game plan, and honestly, Team Silence able to make it work a little bit better here. Magic Bear just trying to take over here, just look for a way to get that goal back. He will have a shot there, but won't be on target. Team Silence, look for them to be able to continue to do what they've been able to do this entire tournament when they have been able to lock in and try and lock that defense down.
Yeah, the defense has always been a question mark at times for Team Silence. I mean, yesterday was a huge question mark in their first couple of matches. By the end, we were singing its praises, but that's against very different teams than Gen.G, Mobile 1 Racing, and much weaker teams on paper than Gen.G, Mobile 1 Racing. Team Silence, I'm sure desperate for some goals, desperate for another way into this game. Only up by 1, they will not feel comfortable with this. Pigeon, don't know if that was intentional. Looked like he may have intentionally left that for Reznol because he knew that Reznol had a better touch on it. Well, it won't actually exactly work well for them here. There's a little bit of panic now for Team Silenced. Reznol has it. Oh, Pigeon missed it though! That's just wide. Oh, a little bit of fortune for Team Silence. That probably should have gone in for Gen.G at open net. One you rarely see them miss.
Yeah, Gen.G definitely have not looked as sharp as we probably could have expected him. Frosty trying to look for something, but Pigeon already there on the backboard. Gotta wait for Reznol, the Magic Bear. Just trying to find it for Eva, but not exactly the touch you want. You don't want to be trying to test the defense the entire time here. You want to try and take the opportunities, the shots that you know will work. And Team Silence have been able to continue holding Gen.G and something that looks a little bit more scary for Gen.G throughout this tournament.
All Gen.G's trying to do is get to those 1v2, 1v3 plays again. Get themselves where they can use their individual mechanics to outplay Team Silence. They know they've got that advantage in this series, and I think Team Silence knows that they have that advantage in this series. So Team Silence at this point, just trying to play a smart challenge game. Sort of hold the ball for as long as they can in individual pushes and not let Gen.G play one-on-one. Because as long as Gen.G gets those chances to be good on their own, be good one-on-one, they're going to be successful one-on-one. So for Team Silence, it's all about preventing that. All about not letting them have those plays, as Magic Bear might have one of those here. Frosty saved away. Evo, that's too weak. A bump on the net, though. Palm hands from Pigeon. And even better from Resnal, who just sends it away. Lots of defense so far for Team Silence. They hold a 1-goal lead, but with the way that things are going, Gen.G is poised to take that goal back any moment now.
Yeah, Lev having to play a little bit more backward defense here. Gen.G, they keep pushing, but even with the amount that they're pushing here, it's still a little awkward. There are so many opportunities for Gen.G they can't exactly capitalize on. And now Lev back downfield around Evo, looking for one more. Frosty does get a touch on it, but the shot it's blocked out by Frosty. Evo has to keep it forward. Lev, the Pigeon still trying to keep it close. It's been pretty much all Gen.G this game, but they are yet to find the mark. Team Silence a little bit happy with the results that we're seeing so far. Evo trying to keep it close, gonna look to keep one more touch in, but can't exactly find the mark. Pigeon will have the clear to Resnal.
I don't know if Resnal really liked that first touch. It was right in front of his own net. It could still prove to be dangerous here as it's laid in front. Great touch from Lev, who will redirect the play wide from Frosty. Magic Bear, he's going for Frosty. He's going to get to this first. Lev and Pigeon both on the play. Lev's going to get this one as well, but without boost, without much of an option here. Oh, and he's still getting bumped, so only one back right now is Resnal. Oh, that's an awful play, though, for Busty. Resnal didn't have to do much to kick that one out, and now he'll go on the field. Double tap for Resnal, too close to the net. He will not find the target there, but Team Silence still up by 1 in Game 2. A minute to go, though. The pressure is really tightening here from Gen.G. They are closing in. It's a clear from Resnal. It's a missed shot from Evo. Gen.G have had plenty of opportunities to score this game. They have not been able to take it. And you just wonder if maybe that's getting in their minds a little bit here. That's getting in their head, the fact that they've had all these opportunities, all these chances, and they still are yet to score against Team Silenced.
Yeah, that's been the interesting thing, because obviously Gen.G should be the favorite. Lev gonna block another shot here. Resnal a beat on the Frosty. Something you don't see a lot is Gen.G trying to get the opportunities they have, but Team Silence being able to just shut them down each and every time. Lev one more, but not really much on that one. 30 seconds remaining. Pigeon trying to keep it kick-started here for Team Silence. Just trying to play the time clock here. Definitely a big opportunity to try and take this game and win the series. Team Silence have proven for the most part they've been able to keep up with Gen.G. Evo. Again, trying to keep it slow. Oh, it's all the way the other way, but Pigeon couldn't catch up to it. Missed touch on the pass there, but won't matter. Remaining seconds here. Gen.G need to score now.
Yeah, they did. If Team Silence scores there, it's all over. They still get maybe one last chance, but it won't happen here. Team Silenced with a Game 2 victory, a 1-0 stalemate between both these teams, you'd have to imagine, but Team Silence do end up being the better. The problem, though, with Team Silence, they played a whole lot of defense that game, and Gen.G's offense, let's be realistic, didn't look like it was sharp enough. They did not look like they were sharp. They didn't hit the targets, and if you're Team Silenced, it's a good win, but it's not a win you should expect to keep winning. You will want more goals, you will want more offense, you'll want more control of the game, because that kind of performance is one where it's really all up to how Gen.G performs. In this game, they didn't play well, but who knows, maybe next game they play better, and if they play better, they're going to get goals, and Team Silence are going to need to find some other way to get offense moving.
Yeah, one of the biggest things that I did like about Team Silence was the opportunities they did get. They looked very clean, they looked very quality. You saw that pass there, that could have been a shot, unfortunately didn't go in towards the later end of Game 2, but it did very much look lethal from Team Silence, and very much could make things interesting here against Gen.G.
Yeah, it definitely is. They're making things interesting, at least against Gen.G. Both games have been close, and both have been ones that Team Silence could win. So, I mean, right now, this is a strong Team Silence team that, I don't know what happened yesterday, but how they played so badly, but today is a different looking team so far. One that at least is proving their top 16 spot, despite the rough Buchholz score that they did end up having in the Swiss bracket. Again, -9. But as bad of a Buchholz score as you can get. I don't know if you can get any worse. You probably can get worse than that, but it can't be much worse than that. And for Team Silence, at least, they have a lot of work to do. They have a lot of work to play with. But against Gen.G, so far, so good for Team Silence. Of course, this is a best of 5. They've got a lot more games to play, and I have to imagine it's not going to take long before Gen.G finds something in the back of the Team Silence net. It just comes down to, can the Team Silence offense likewise find goals themselves?
And already Gen.G looking to try and change things up, play a little bit more aggressive here. We saw the aggression a little bit towards Game 2, but it wasn't exactly what we wanted from them. Frosty already going to to start things off here. Gen.G definitely a little bit more of a different beast, as I said before. are going to take the lead.
I don't know where Pigeon was going on that play. He was almost playing for the win on the challenge there from Lev, which is just not the right decision as the last player back. It's one of my biggest faux pas when it comes to these high-level players, that they're so confident in each other that they play for the win on those 50-50s and not the loss. And if you know anything about 2v2, 3v3, you know, as that last player back, you have to play passively. You have to play defensively. That's not defensive positioning here, and now Team Silence must score back off of that poor decision from Pigeon. Reznol's up with it. He'll keep the dribble moving. Flip reset. He doesn't connect either, so this will need to be a ball for Pigeon. Awkward play. Still on the save, but at this point now, Gen.G whip the lead in this game. Team Silence, if they ought to come back, if they ought to find a way into it, they're going to need to score with Gen.G in the lead and in control. Essentially, they might need to score on the counter in this series, in this game. And I mean, as much as I love Counterattack Rocket League, let's be realistic. That's not the way that Team Silence wants to play, I think, in any of their matches. They want to be the team in control. They want to be the better team all throughout, but they may not get that chance against Gen.G. They may have to play Counterattack Rocket League, and that is not an easy game to play, and that is not exactly a game that guarantees success with it.
Yeah, Gen.G definitely one of those teams that probably you could play Counterattack Rocket League against, but it's still even tougher. These are still some of the best players in North America, some of the favorites to win the LCQ here that you have to get through. Gen.G do continue to hold their lead here, but you have to be careful. Reznol does go for a flip reset here, but Frosty picks up immediately. Frosty, flip reset of his own, looking for the fake through. Lev does get the clear. Evo shot a little high. Magic it there for the follow-up. It will be in. Gen.G will extend the lead.
Yeah, and this is my concern about last game, with all the chance that Gen.G had. If they can just put their shots in the net, they're going to be successful. And Team Silence are realizing that game 2 might have been a bit more of a fluke with the Gen.G offense than they maybe were expecting coming into this one. Ultimately, what it means, though, is Team Silence haven't been able to control this game, haven't been able to control the ball, and that's just not a winning recipe here against Gen.G Mobile 1 Racing. A lot of these touches for Team Silence are really just not good enough for them. It's one where Gen.G are reading it well. Oh, that should have been on target from Lev. Will be left for Reznol, though. That saved away. Up goes Pigeon. He'll send it to the back wall. Oh, and he got a second touch on that. If he left it, I think it goes in from Lev, but instead he hits it away. He was not thinking about the player behind him there, and a decision that may prove to be costly for Pigeon. His team seems to ride and die on Pigeon at times. He's had a couple bad decisions this game that have proven to be costly. Talk about that first goal from Gen.G, and now that chance that was missed from Pigeon. Some crucial chances, some crucial opportunities for Pigeon, and you know he'll want both those plays back, because so far those plays are what are dictating the way that this game is moving.
Yeah, Gen.G definitely has not let go quite yet. Evo going to take another shot that nearly found its way through. Reznol was there. Magic Bear trying to 50 his way through. Evo coming up, trying to keep it close, but Lev does keep him away on arm's length here. Great touch from Pigeon, trying to get this back to Reznol. Shot, Magic Bear's there. Pigeon's there too, but won't matter. It is 50 away. Gen.G do continue to hold on to this 2-0 lead. That one dangerous. Pigeon couldn't feed it through. Lev, the fake to Reznol again. Gen.G aren't letting anything through. The 50s continue to land in their favor.
It is. I mean, this is some good offense from Team Silence, but it hasn't found the net though, and at this point they don't really care about how good the offense looks. It needs to go in, and it needs to go in soon, or else they're gonna have match point against them here. As Lev again, one-on-one, he can be pretty good at these. Shot not good enough to get through Frosty. Oh, and a bump there. Team Silenced. Have to work together a little bit here. Again, they're still trying to play one-on-one with Gen.G, and that's not a bad idea. I like that they're trying to, that they're confident enough that they can challenge Gen.G. The problem is, they have not won the one-on-one game against Gen.G. They have lost it pretty convincingly in this series. Gen.G, just one-on-one, is the better team right now. So for Team Silenced, it comes down to what do you do next? If you can't beat this team one-on-one, how do you beat this team? As that's a beautiful play from Frosty. It's a pass back and forth with him and Magic Bear, and Gen.G at this point toying with their food. Team Silenced cannot keep up.
Yeah, definitely a great play from the Bear back to Frosty. Not much you can really do on the read. Not really as expected for the back pass there of Gen.G. Definitely playing a little bit better here in Game 3. I'm not going to say this is the best they've looked in this entire tournament or this entire series, but definitely the better ladder of what we've seen so far for this Gen.G squad.
Yeah, it's a lot of it's very similar to what they did in Game 2. It just is that their offense actually found the net here. Their offense really struggled last game. This game, though, a lot less desperate, a lot more controlled, and a lot more calm in their composure, and you're just seeing what it's doing to this team, what it's doing for Gen.G. It's allowing them to breathe success. And we've dropped the game against Team Silence, but so far this series has been one where Gen.G have been the team in control. It's Lev looking for one more. He won't get it there. I mean, the series started out very, very close. Gen.G starting to pull away now, and Team Silenced will have had their work cut out for them this series. They will have even more work cut out for them now, because if they are to take this series, they will need to win 2 games straight.
Yeah, definitely something that's a little bit more possible, but you can't hope on the Game 2 magic that we saw there. You can't hope to hold Gen.G the entire time. Gen.G definitely a team that's always been lethal in the RLCS, and something that Team Silence, they just need to step it up here if they want to be able to have a chance to take it here against Gen.G.
And I'm impressed that Team Silence is still trying to play the one-on-one game against Gen.G, but as we've seen, that just isn't working, them playing one-on-one against Gen.G. The confidence is there, but the success isn't, and if they are to beat this Gen.G team, it honestly might come down to passing plays, might come down to teamwork and coordination. They're not going to out-mechanic Gen.G, they're not really going to out-mechanic a lot of teams at this point in the competition, so it comes down to what else do you have in store, and it's passes and demos. We saw a lot of demos from them, but basically none in this game. We basically didn't see any demos from them this game. I want to see that brought back, because that has worked for them in a lot of tough positions. It's risky, because of course you have to send another player upfield, and you don't get nearly as many shots, maybe, or follow-up chances, but those demos can work against Gen.G. I just wonder if Team Silence knows that, and if they're willing to go for that strategy again.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just with Gen.G, they've been able, a little bit more stale this entire series. I've not seen exactly the Gen.G that I probably would know and remember from the regular season here through opens 1 through 6. So Team Silence definitely have a little bit of a easier attempt here to try and take down Gen.G. Still not easy in any metric whatsoever, but here we go, game 4. Another chance here to try and bring this one to an even series, and Evo immediately almost scoring to start things off here. Gen.G already showing their teeth in the first few seconds.
Yeah, they have been here. Gen.G still not backing off. They're going to be the team in control. That's already sort of been determined. Every game has been one where it's been in Gen.G's control more often than not. And it means that it's going to be a very lopsided sort of game for Team Silence. You have to play that game. Gen.G has sort of earned this respect. Comes down to Team Silence, what they can do on the limited chances they do get. Gonna start off with offense here with Pigeon, or you'd think they would. But that's a great back pass from Frosty. Evo takes it away, and, well, all that offense, well, hopeful offense, Team Silence gone. They'll take the ball here. I don't know what that is from Resno. A little bit of a premature jump there, but he still holds on to it. He still has a chance, and he might just shoot from here. Easy save for Frosty. Love to follow. Oh, I think he would have won a little bit more. Straight at Evo, and straight at the Gen.G defense waiting.
Yeah, definitely a way better start here for Team Silence. Looked a little bit more offensive here. Pigeon gonna leave it for Resno. A little awkward there. Looked like Resno was gonna leave it originally for Pigeon, but Pigeon let him call him off here. Evo, I'm going to carry this across. Gen.G, the first really big opportunity since the start of the game here, where they've really been in control. Pigeon just trying to find this past the midfield, but Gen.G do keep the one-on-one contained here. Lev back downfield, great pinch off the ceiling. Frosty just waiting for that one, though. Does finally clear back to the midfield.
There's a bump as well in front. Gen.G not going to hide from what they know that Team Silence did earlier. And when Team Silence did go for bumps earlier in the series, it was Gen.G who was more than happy to respond with demos of their own. I want to see Team Silence get back into that gameplay. Right now, though, they're looking for the pass. Oh, it's off the post and wide. Pigeon had a great look at it. He'll go again with the foot reset. But ultimately, to no avail. What a great chance. The best of the game so far. And Pigeon off the post and out. Lev. Resino. Ooh, team bump there. It's still on target. And will be, well, playable for Frosty. Would have been playable for Frosty. It'll be left up in the air instead. As Pigeon jumps in. Still a lot of boost for Gen.G. They should be able to get this ball out from here. As it's not a great easy touch from Resino. Lev to follow. He will hold this one away halfway through Game 4. And Team Silenced have looked a lot healthier here in terms of what they're making in offense, but the problem is they haven't scored. Forget about all the chances they've had, they haven't scored, and in Game 1 we saw something very similar to this from Team Silence, where they just could not score until it was late. They're going to need a goal soon. There's 2 minutes to go, and with the way that Gen.G's shaping, it won't take much for them to find the net. Team Silence are going to need to find it sooner rather than later.
Yeah, a little bit scarier there from Evo trying to find it through Lev. Shot from Magic Bear, almost finding its way through Evo. Gen try and get the feed from Frosty, but the bumps actually are starting to play pretty well here for Team Silence. They get this back downfield, but Magic Bear off the ceiling, already ready for this one, even for the shot. Resto narrowly keeping that one away. Have to be careful. Gen.G are starting to swarm the net here. Pigeon narrowly getting the save away, but Magic Bear full boost gonna leave this one for Evo. Shot again on target. Oh my goodness, been so dangerous here for Gen.G. They've been able to have shot after shot after shot on the blue net, but again, Team Silence continue to survive. Not sure how they've been able to pull it off, but probably the best defense we have seen all tournament long from Team Silence.
Yeah, the problem is, though, how long can this defense really hold for them? They need a goal, they need some offense, and they'll want it soon. We'll see if Gen.G is nearly that kind, and they may not be. 2-on-1. Lev's got to go up for this. He will get the save. It was not a very good-looking air dribble bump attempt from Frosty. Here goes Magic Bear. Saved away by Pigeon. He will hold himself in the net now as here's Frosty again. Oh, that's just high. Team Silence waiting for the goal. It did not come. And now they'll get away with it. Pigeon. Reset. Pigeon. It's a bump on Frosty. He'll hold on. 30 seconds to go in Game 4, in this Game 4. As Lev, who's taken out by Evo. Magic Bear to Frosty! What a read from Resinol! And he'll go again. That's through Evo. And it should mean room for Team Silence to work. Pigeon. By 1. Not a lot of boosty. We should really try to play this one out for Resinol. It won't really work that way. And here he goes. Last chance, you would imagine, of regulation in Game 4. Lev to Pigeon. Pigeon. He's going to take this himself. Lev's going to go up for some bumps. Pigeon on target. It's Magic Bear who's waiting. Overtime in Game 4. Team Silence with a valiant fight. Still no goals this game, but one is surely coming soon because these teams have both been asking for it.
Yeah, definitely. With the way that this game has gone so far, it looks like could really go the other way. Would love to see it go to Game 5, see some Champions Field magic here. Lev trying to win the 50. Oh, nobody from Gen.G really wanted to touch that one at first. Magic Bear gonna lose the 50 out. Frosty having to chase this one all the way over just to get it back for Gen.G. Resinol just gonna knock it away here. Resinol can try and play spoiler again for Evo. Another 50 from Lev. Shot on target there for Magic Bear, but a great save for Resinol. Keeps this one tied in overtime. Pigeon gonna have to find another backboard save here. It's been a little bit shaky here to start things off here in overtime for Team Silence, but they managed to hold on so far. But still, a good bit of Rocket League to go with the way that these two teams have been able to go at it.
Oh, that's a great chance for Evo! It'll end the game there! Gen.G with the win, and for Team Silence, you can't blame their defense for how this game transpired. They just could not score. They had limited opportunities, very limited opportunities. All credit to Gen.G for doing that, but for Team Silenced, it was only so long their defense was going to hold, and unfortunately, this series ends in 4. But for Team Silenced, what a great start for them. They really brought the battle to Gen.G and made them work for it. Gen.G may have the win, but Team Silenced should have some real confidence after that performance.
Yeah, especially considering this is probably the best that anybody's really been able to put against Gen.G. Gen.G have been pretty much sweeping every single team they've faced so far. This is the first time, I think, all tournament long they've dropped a game. So Team Silence definitely nothing to really be concerned about with how they put up against Gen.G.
It as well. They cannot be too unhappy about that. Well, unfortunately for Team Silence, whether they are happy or not, they are going to the lower bracket. Gen.G, one of the top teams in this tournament, advanced. They'll be playing against the winner of actually, they'll be playing against Fortnite Flex, so we're going to be playing next to Esports, our old nemesis in the lower bracket here. We'll show you all what that has been, that looks like right now. This is our bracket before they started. This should be our bracket now, if I can refresh it. There we go. This is our bracket now. After a couple matches have been played, and as you can see, as soon as I Open this bracket correctly. Here's what it looks like. Gen.G plays Fortnite Flick. Dig versus M80. Us against Next New Esports. Bums United versus Signature plays from Jerry Bear. And the only upset really being that Fortnite Flick one, but other than that, we've got our old nemesis again. It's Next to New Esports, and we played this team, I think, twice this season. I think we beat them both times. So, you know, we have good history against Next New Esports, but this is also a new Next New Esports team, and one that's got to be feeling pretty confident in themselves.
You gotta agree, but again, just going back into it, we have the record against them. Team Silence need to win this one just to stay alive. Actually, both of these teams do. They've both lost their lives here. Try and be a little bit more comfortable in the LCQ here, so you have to win here or you're eliminated. So the pressure definitely on for not just Team Silence, but also for Next to New.
Did it as well. The pressure is on. Well, we are definitely under the pressure as well. The players are under the pressure. We're going to take a little cooling off period. When we come back, we'll have the lower quarterfinals for you. Win or end your tournament? That is the question. Team Silence versus Next to New Esports. Our old nemesis returns. We'll be back with that match after this break.
kept running, tried to hide away. Can you hear? War is coming, beckoning our fate. This is the day that we stand up, this is the day we fight. We'll take our place, we won't give in, our victory's in sight. Only a sword in our hand, but we enter the lion's den. We're not waiting for a war, we bring the war to them. We bring the war to them.
Welcome back to the RLCS Last Chance Qualifier. Team Silenced versus Next to New Esports is up next here. Araufbeast. What a round we had before there with Gen.G Mobile 1 Racing, a 4-game thriller. Team Silenced unfortunately unable to take the win, but Next to New Esports, an old friend of ours. We've beaten this team both times we played them this season, and we can do it again to stay alive in the tournament. Winner stays in, loser is out. So, you know, a little bit of pressure here with both these teams, but again, this is all for survival. And Team Silenced have been in this position for Next New Esports. Had their loss earlier, as we are getting the lobby set up. There's the scoreline, by the way, if you are wondering what the match admins love to do here. They love to have silliness with the scorelines. Well, again, we played this team multiple times. We've beaten them as well this season, but this is for survival now, Araufbeast, and both these teams are going to be feeling it. It's going to be a tough match. Eris, Stevo, and Aqua, all very good players. Team Silenced, again, like every match today, they're going to have to work cut out for them, but this one should be, in theory, a little bit easier for them. If they play like they did against Gen.G, if they can play collected, well, and well orchestrated, they have a very good chance against any team that they play later in this bracket.
Yeah, that's the one thing about Team Silence about that Gen.G series. That was an expected loss for them, but that probably should have been an expected sweep for Gen.G as well. So Team Silence able to get a game off of Gen.G, definitely going to prove that they can play at a high level here next to New. Going to have a lot of trouble here against this Team Silence squad, but these two teams very well have the opportunity to be able to take each other out here, to advance, to try to get that 9th through 12th spot, to try and get towards the top 8.
Did it as well. Top 8 is now 2 wins away, but only 1 loss from losing. Team Silence, Next New Esports, our old nemesis returns. We've met this team multiple times this season. We do it again in the losers quarterfinals. Winner stays in. Loser is out. Elimination on the line. And for Next New Esports, a loss earlier to Fortnite Flick. They'll be hoping that that does not recreate itself again here. But we're moments away. We're now in the lobby, in for the best of 5. Team Silenced on the blue. Next to New Esports on the orange. Devo, Aqua, and Ares, the next opponents the Team Silenced to face. And the loser of this series will see their run end here.
Yeah, definitely already proven to be a little bit better of a start here for Team Silence. They've wanted to try and be able to take advantage of the fact that they had to go against Gen.G in the first half of this GSL group stage. So look for them to be able to take advantage here, be able to keep it close. Resno already to the backboard, shot a little bit wide here, so definitely a lot of more space than you probably want to be giving up here if you're Next to New Esports. Team Silence already getting good looks.
Yeah, they did, but they're going to need more than just good looks in this game. They're going to need to find ways at the net. They're going to have more room, they're going to have more time to make it work. But this is still a good team, still a team that's going to find ways to beat you, still a team that's going to want to find ways to beat you. And again, while they may not be nearly as suffocating as Gen.G Mobile 1 Racing is, they're still a team that's going to have creativity, it's going to have strong talent, it's going to have good performances. Pressure's on. Loser, by the way, winner of this match will be the loser of Dignitas and M80. And M80, a team we've played multiple times this season. I think we've played them 3 times this season, so we might be playing up against another team. We played Dignitas as well once this season, lost to them pretty badly, so we'll see. But considering who's ahead of us here, you can't. Not only do you need to win, obviously, to stay alive, but you need to make it look good. You need to be a strong team because neither M80 or Dig are exactly pushovers, exactly teams that are going to let you walk all over them. You need to earn wins against those teams, as you do any team in this point in the tournament.
Yeah, but that's the biggest thing, the biggest hope here for Team Silence. If you do take this series, you also want to hope that you do get M80. M80 is the one that we've had a little bit more strength against, but Eris. But to start things off here for Next to New Esports, finally somebody finding a little bit of success here. A great double tap there. Lev couldn't get a handle on it. Resnal couldn't get to it in time either. Next to New taking the lead.
I'm surprised with how much space Team Silence is giving Next New Esports here. I know they don't want to overcommit, and that's part of the scariness about Next New Esports, that they can kind of pull you in and make you overcommit, but you gotta be willing to be a little more aggressive this team. I'm surprised that they're sort of waiting a little bit here, Team Silence, because it's not working. It's not working. The back wall's left open 2 times in a row here, and both times Next New Esports score. And again, for Team Silence did, I think, really well against Gen.G, to be aggressive, to be confident. This is not the same confidence. They have a lot of time to recover, but I need to see that confidence that they had against Gen.G in Mobile 1 Racing. We haven't seen it yet from them.
It'd be a little bit more overconfidence here from the way they played against Gen.G. They knew it was a quality loss against Gen.G. Pigeon already to the backboard. Oh, Pigeon looked for one more, but couldn't land it in time. Lev just trying to play close here. Definitely Team Silence starting to get a little bit more groovy with it here to start things off towards the second half. of game 1. A great shot attempt there for Resinal, but couldn't get it across. They need to try and take advantage of the opportunities they're getting here next to New. They have been giving Team Silence some opportunities, but Team Silence haven't been able to capitalize quite yet.
Yeah, that air bump play was absolutely perfect. I'm surprised it didn't go in. That net was vulnerable, but you said it. One team's taking their chances, one team is not, and that team that's taking chances is winning this game right now, 2-0. Half the time to go. Team Silenced. I mean, you're going to get opportunities against Next New Esports. We've been talking about this. This team isn't nearly as suffocating. They aren't nearly as on top of you. You got to score those chances. That one kept away by Devo. Another demo here from Team Silence to have been all over those demos today. As, oh, a little fake play there. I don't know if that was necessarily what Resinal had in mind, but he's looking to look for a chance. That should be a goal. Pigeon's nowhere near the net, and that was far too easy for Aqua. Pigeon, who has had his moments today and maybe some lapses in judgment. He's a player that's it's so consistent for Team Silence, but that is so unlike him to leave the net that vulnerable and that easy.
I gotta agree there. Team Silence need to find something, need to find a little bit of momentum, maybe the nerves from that loss to Gen.G. That was very close, very possible for them to take there in game 4. Kind of falling into this game here. Pigeon looking for one more, couldn't find it through Resinal, trying to find that one as well, but again, no successes, good opportunities. But right now, Next to New proving right now that they might be the better team here. Team Silence can't find any success.
Yeah, Next New might be proving it here, and part of what makes this game so weird is that Gen.G was a team that was sort of on top of Team Silence a lot of the game. They didn't want to give them space. Next to New Esports is a lot happier to give Team Silence room, and they're not nearly as willing to commit for things so aggressively. That means that Team Silence have a lot more space in a game where maybe they weren't expecting it. From Next New Esports is giving you space to work. The thing is, if a team gives you room, not only do you take it, you need to take it well, and that's another missed chance for Pigeon. He's had a couple really good looks this game that he has not been able to score. And unfortunately for Pigeon, well, I don't think this was a bad game from him. When this team needed him to step up, he has not delivered.
You have to be able to get that clutch factor in. We talked about it all tournament long for Team Silence. That clutch factor is what's going to pretty much help them be able to advance here. Flip reset from Resinal. Resinal trying to 50 his way through. Can't exactly get a handle on the ball here, but pressure will continue. Next to New. Finally, getting it a little bit cleared out here. Back to the midfield, but Resinal taking this one back again. Just looking for one more opportunity here. Great 50, but Eris already there in time. Aqua trying to get that one, but Pigeon does cut this one away. Got to be careful. Eris another shot, but that one will be saved away. Devo still trying to make the follow-up. Lev gets this one back downfield.
Yeah, it is. And for Team Silence, this will be a game that they'll be wholly disappointed in. They'll get a goal late from Resinal. Although that felt like more one that Next to New was kind of just laying down and dying to let them have. So, unfortunately, this is going to be a disappointing game for Team Silence. One that doesn't really show improvement from the last series. And it's going to be a really disappointing game for Pigeon, who had 2 great looks in the nets and then a defensive mistake that I don't know if I wouldn't say it was the difference in this game. I think there's a lot more that constituted to the loss here for Team Silence, but you can't argue. Had Pigeon scored on at least one of those 2 chances, this could be a very different look for Team Silenced.
Yeah, gotta agree with that one. Next to New. Definitely haven't played the most solid game of Rocket League, but Team Silence, if you want to be able to take down this team, you have to turn around, turn the favor back over to Next to New here. Just find a way to get a little bit more control here. We've not exactly seen a lot from Team Silence here, and we've not seen any way for them really to look comfortable in this entire series so far.
Yeah, he said it as well. Game 2, moments away. And for Team Silence now, the question of if they are going to be competitive still against Next New Esports, a team, again, that is giving them chances. Like, that's the difference here. Unlike Gen.G. Gen.G didn't want to give Team Silence chances. Next New Esports is pretty happy to give Team Silence opportunities and space to work with. You gotta use that space. I mean, this Next New team is giving you space. They're not going to play nearly as aggressively. They're kind of a patient, methodical team, and that can work to your favor if you are individually talented, which, of course, these players are everybody at this point. So, for Team Silenced, it's about when you get that room, you take that room, and you make something of that space. I didn't see that last game. I saw them do it, but not enough. I didn't see them score off of it. I didn't see them do enough. So often it was that final shot that failed them at moments. So in this game, it's going to come down to using that space and taking that space and succeeding with that space. This is a very important game for Team Silence because it's one that you feel they must win. And well, 3 seconds up already, an exceptional start. Resinal to Lev, and Lev to the back of the net.
Yeah, well, back to, I believe, the Honda Civic. I'm not entirely sure, remember what the car is, but
Yeah, I believe that's the Honda
definitely
Civic.
Good, yeah, good to see him back in that car at least, trying to keep the vibes going. They had the vibes with it whenever they were playing against Gen.G, so definitely trying to keep it close, trying to get everything back online. So definitely know that it was not a series that they wanted to lose, not a game 1 against Nexanu that they wanted to lose. Team Silence looking a little bit more comfortable here to start things off.
Yeah, a little bit better, and I mean, it's a kickoff goal, so it's not going to mean much in the grand scheme of things in terms of the way that Team Silence is going to approach this series, but it does put them up by 1, and at the very least, is going to make Nexanu Esports have to play a little bit more of a game of chasing. They're not going to be able to hold their lead. They've now got to fight for it. They've got to earn it, and Team Silence might be more than happy to add a second one to that lead if they keep asking. We'll be left with Devo, though, and Nexanu Esports, you don't feel like they're too far away from another one. That's a really good play. How on earth did that touch get made by Pigeon? He looked like he was outplayed. He fell off the back wall, and he still got to that in time. Team Silence, what an incredible touch from Pigeon, and I mean, without that, it's almost certainly a goal for Nexanu Esports. So he saves himself the horror of giving up an easy one for Nexanu Esports. He will not get this low. Resno and Lev both jumping, unable to stop Aqua, and for Team Silenced, low on boost. For Resinal, he really didn't have a lot to do here, and Lev, he was expecting something different, maybe expecting a little bit of an earlier play from Resinal. Either way, it was a little bit tame from Team Silence defensively, and again, a little too easy for Nexanu Esports.
Yeah, have to be able to keep it going here, but all the way to the backboard here, Devo trying to get that one, had to stretch just to get to that one in time, but Team Silence definitely playing a better game of Rocket League here. Something's off. Pigeon for the shot. Oh, that's top shelf the Pigeon. They'll get the lead back. A little bit 1-2 passeroo here to keep this one going. Great flip reset from Love, though. The setup Pigeon. Team Silence back on top.
Often players go for flip resets in that position because of desperation. As a defenseman, you need to know when a player is going for a desperation flip reset, one where they're just trying to make you play a 50-50. That's one that was pretty obviously meant to be a desperation flip reset from Lev. The fact that Nexanu Esports thought they had to challenge that really was what gave up that goal there. And well, it's a great play from Lev. It's a really nice shot to finish it as well. For Nexanu Esports, well, looking back on it, will realize that that was a play that initially wasn't really looking to be a goal for Lev, as that's a huge mistake. Oh boy, he'll be happy that both his teammates were back there to save him. As Pigeon, it's going to be popped back by Aqua. It's a really nice pass to Devo, and Aqua's up again. No play there. Pigeon will hold on to it as Lev. Gonna take that corner boost. Oh, Pigeon's gonna take the mid boost, and all sorts of awkwardness here for Eris. It's an open net, my goodness! What on earth happened with Eris? Nexanu Esports are gonna be beside themselves for this. You know that's gonna be one that's gonna be hard to swallow for their coaching staff. What happened?
One of the biggest things in Rocket League is if you don't know what you're doing, the other team definitely is not gonna know what you're doing, especially here at the highest level next to New. Caught in no man's land, just trying to figure out what Team Silence wanted out of that one. Thankfully, it did work out in their favor. Resno trying to keep the pressure up, does get this one back outfield. And Team Silence have played a little bit of a better game here in Game 2, but they need to be able to continue pulling on the pressure here. This game far from over, even with a 2-goal lead.
Oh yeah, it is. No 2-goal lead is safe. People always tell you that the scariest lead, well, the scariest lead in soccer at least is 2-0, but the scariest lead in sports is a 2-goal lead, because in a 2-goal lead you start to feel a little more casual, start to feel a little bit more confident in yourself, but a 2-goal lead can be swept away very quickly in this game, and that means you have to play at the same intensity you have started with, because 2 goals it may not be enough. 3 should be, but 2 may not be. We've seen teams come back from that deficit before. So for Team Silence, this is not time to be overconfident, not time to be playing defensively, passively. Keep the same intensity you have all game long, and as long as you do that, you may just maybe get another goal that can finally secure this one.
Yeah, Resinal absolutely taking everybody down there on next to New, just keeping it close, but time is starting to wane away, so a little bit more hope for Team Silence as we continue into Game 2. Hopefully Gonna try and take this one here, even the series. Great 50 back downfield. Resno ready for it. Shot. Aqua has to handle that one. Nearly got the save. Almost looked lethal at the end of the day here, but Team Silence keep the pressure up left. How to let that one go. Devo gonna try and take control here. Does have Aqua in the wing here. Great 50 from Aqua, but a better clear from Resno keeps this game under control for Team Silence.
It is, and it's an interesting play there from Pigeon because he actually chooses not to go for that challenge above his own back wall. It's risky because if it doesn't, because I mean that's a play where a team can jump up and score from, but he has enough faith in Resnal to get that touch, so he decides not to go for it and sort of let the ball fall to Resnal. It's a really interesting decision and one that is really gutsy to make. It's one where you got to trust Resnal's in the right position, and he does. And well, it's a great play, and that's almost a great shot. Pigeon just a little bit wide, and next to Esports will clear not very far. Lev's going to hold on to this for not a very long time, and it will be Devo looking, shooting. It's just tied from Eris. Follow-up is off the line from Pigeon, and he'll hold on one. Flicked up by, it's caught by Devo. Aqua's next. It's a poor first touch, and one that should be handled by Team Silence, and it will be. Lev with the ball here, and Team Silenced with the time in their favor with next to new in all sorts of desperation mode right now. That's off the post and out. Little extra touch from Pigeon to help corral it, and that will be game. Team Silenced have evened the series.
Yeah, definitely a better game here. A lot of opportunities here for next to new, but at the same time, a little bit better on the 1v1 opportunities here, and next to new, not even to get one here to try and at least make it a 1-goal game. Team Silence gonna take it 3-1.
Yeah, better from Team Silenced. More clinical from Team Silenced, and really strong from Pigeon. 6 saves that game. He's had his inconsistencies this tournament, Pigeon, but this game was one of his better performances. 6 saves, a goal as well. Strong from Team Silence, and clinical as well on the offense. They didn't get a lot of chances this game. They're not going to get a lot of chances against any team, I think, with the way that they're playing. But with the chances that they do get, they got to score them. Because if you're not getting that many chances, you got to make sure that those chances are good. And this game, Team Silence made them good. And I think part of it was also next to new Esports sort of lacking a little bit in their rotations. They definitely gave up a little too much to Team Silence. I mean, that third goal especially was far too easy for Team Silenced, but ultimately, Team Silenced took advantage of the open space, took advantage of the room, and you can't blame them for this win.
Yeah, Team Silence definitely played like the better team. That one next to new, almost flat-footed, it seemed, the entire way through. So Team Silence gonna have to try and find a way to continue grinding it out here. That game to win, definitely not the first one they're gonna need to get here. If they want to be able to make it, to try and get in the top 8, they're gonna have to continue to play this kind of game. They were able to take advantage of the space that next new did give them, but they have to find a way to keep breaking them down. They want to take them down here and eliminate them.
You said it as well, and they're going to need to find ways to score even when Next New doesn't give them those kind of openings, because let's be realistic, I don't expect a team like Next New Esports to give you that much those kind of mistakes consistently. Meaning, if you're Team Silence, you got to find a way to break them through your own gameplay, through your own ability, not through Next New Esports' mistakes, because let's be real, they're going to make mistakes, every team does, but they're not a consistent team in making mistakes at this point. You got to make your own offense, so the thing for Team Silence this game is make some quality goals. Make goals that end-to-end cannot handle that well. And if you can do that, now you put yourself in a position, not only would you be in the match point, but you put yourself in a position where Next New Esports has to respect that you can score at any moment.
Yeah, another good opportunity here. Aqua trying to take this one up. The Resident does cut this in time. A great 50 does dump it out to the back left here. Got to be a little bit careful, though. A little bit of pressure here to start things off here for Next New Esports. Aqua to the ceiling, and he can find it through Eris. He's gonna find it through underneath everybody for Team Silence. Next thing we'll start off with the lead. Team Silence gonna have to be a little bit more cautious here with what Next is bringing.
Not more cautious, just better. That's a terrible touch from Pigeon, and he knows it too. I think as soon as that first touch happened for Pigeon, he knew he was in trouble. It was not well held. He was trying to control it, and he did the exact opposite. A complete gimme for Next New Esports in a game that it feels so important for Team Silence and their mentality, and that's gonna fall in as well. What happened here? Team Silence with a horrible first 60 seconds. I didn't like that clear from Lev, but what I really don't like is this. Resinal, Pigeon, Lev, no one wanted to go for it, and Next New Esports must think it's their birthday because it's an absolute gift for them. Bow wrapped and everything.
Yeah, just very unfortunate for Team Silence. Just got to play a little bit better here. You want to be able to take them down. It's a great musty from Devo. The amount of space so far that Team Silence is starting to give Next to New Esports absolutely scary. You have to break it down here You have to start trying to get back into this one, forcing Next New Esports to actually work for their goals here. And Aqua gonna look for a shot. Lev does keep this away, so definitely a slightly more improved mid game here, but still a lot more to improve on if you want to be able to take this one and force match point.
Said it as well. A lot that they're going to need to do. Next New Esports don't need to be the team fighting back anymore. They don't need to be aggressive anymore. They can wait, and I mean, we saw in game 1, they are a team that's more than happy to play patient, as this should be a play for Devo, and it's going to be a goal as well. It bounced off Levin in. Oh, it goes from bad to worse for Team Silence. The unfortunate series of events continue. Lev puts it in his own net here, not like he really had much of a choice, but that's going to hurt even more for Team Silence. And you said it, they've given Next New a lot of space to work with, and that just can't happen against Next New Esports.
Yeah, we already knew this was going to be a gauntlet of a bracket here, but right now it's not really been more so Team Silence haven't been able to find the opportunities to get what they need to. They've been more so giving it here. It's a 4th goal for Nexanu. Team Silence starting to collapse here. Nexanu just absolutely obliterating the entire defensive half here.
Yeah, and again, a lot of this came early, and the reason why Team Silence is playing so high up now is because they know they don't have time to really wait and play defensively. They're going to need goals, and they're going to need to play aggressively at this point, so they're taking a lot more risk than they maybe would have normally, but that's what happens if your defense can't hold on to the first minute. That's the game you got to play now, a game of taking risks, a game of putting in chances, a game of finding a comeback. Team Silence will be thoroughly disappointed with themselves that they're stuck in this position. Next New Esports will be absolutely overjoyed. They didn't have to do a lot of work this game to get this lead. And I'm sure, again, Team Silence will be absolutely disappointed. This was a shockingly surprising game from them. After what we just saw the game before, this is going to regress them a lot going into game 4.
Yeah, Lev already trying to work for this one downfield. This is a good look so far for Team Silence. The first time really we've seen them on the orange half has been pretty much next to new, forcing Team Silence on the back foot here for the most part of the first half of the game, forcing Team Silence to have to play defense the entire way through. And now next to new being the one that has to play defense, but if you want to be able to play that playstyle against next to new, you're going to have to find a way to score. This game's starting to look a little bit more like game 1 here. Team Silence need to find a way to strike.
Yeah, it's game 1 in a lot of ways. I mean, it's game 1 in the ways that Next New gets an early lead. It's game 1 in the ways that Team Silence make a few careless mistakes and now have to fight from behind. And it's game 1 in the way that Team Silence, you know, even now that they are fighting from behind, are not able to score, aren't able to get offenses, aren't able to really score too much. It's a game where Team Silence put themselves in a terrible position, and now they got to play in that position. And as I said, I think I've said this so many times this tournament, how Team Silence isn't really a team that plays from behind all that much, isn't really a team that plays from behind in games, that likes to do that. And if you've ever seen them play in their game 5s this season, you know they're a team that likes to score early and hold that lead. They're in a position where they are playing from behind, and Next New Esports just absolutely thrashing them right now. And, I mean, you got to think about game 4 if your Team Silenced, and we've mentioned a little bit about Taizuko, a little bit about what he can do as a coach, a little bit about maybe what he's done to help affect this team yesterday. Well, he's going to have a lot to say to this team. It's going to be match point against Team Silence. It's going to be the tournament that could end against Team Silence in this round. And the Next New Esports team that, while historically has not been able to beat Team Silence, this new version has been the better team so far in Team Silence, are going to just kind of pull themselves together. This is a winnable series, a winnable game. The mistakes have been costly, though.
Yeah, the biggest thing here, you're going to try and look to do the same thing that you did against the gentleman here, and Resident going to get one here, but still a little bit too late here. Already 5 goals for Next to New Esports, so definitely not really much of a chance here for Team Silence to try and make the comeback here, but still a good start. They're trying to get the momentum back, try and get ready for game 4.
Did it as well. It's trying to get some momentum going. At this point, you have to just concede that you're not going to win this game 3. This game 3 has started out poorly, and while it has ended out a lot better, there's no way you can really recover from a 5-goal comeback at this point. So, at this point, you said it. It's, for Team Silence, it's just about a little bit of consolation, a little bit of confidence boosting, and hopefully a little bit of a redemption for yourself. This was not a good game from Team Silence as a whole, and really a poor start that hurt them now going into the end of game 3. There'll be game 4. There'll be still left in the series, but at this point onward, Team Silence is walking on borrowed time from Next New Esports. 1 win for end-to-end, and the season is over.
That definitely was a heck of a ride with the way that this season has went. But Lev, trying to find one more before we go to game 4 here, but no such luck. Nexanu, definitely without a doubt, will take this one, but no more goals for the road here. Last chance here for your Team Silence. You have to start putting in the work now.
Did it as well. Last chance. No more second chances. No more extra lives. Team Silence were on this position yesterday, and were able to find something incredible. But this is going to be a much tougher team, a much more consistent team, and a much scarier team. And for Team Silence, coming into this game, they had such a terrible start defensively. A couple crucial mistakes. If that doesn't happen, we're talking about an even game. Maybe when they still lose, but an even game nonetheless. Going into game 4 now, it's really going to come down to just kind of putting that beside them, not thinking about what happened at the start of game 3, instead thinking about what they can do at the start of game 4. Taizuko's going to have a word with his team, I'm certain, and whatever he says, obviously our hope is that it can corral Team Silence, get them back in it, and send this series to game 5.
And I'll say it's very possible for Team Silence to take this one. You saw that way the game 2 kind of went there. They took advantage of the way Nexanu wanted to play against them, and you just have to find a way to take advantage of the opportunities Nexanu gives you, and just not let them try and play on your own half as much as Nexanu was able to in that game 3.
Did it as well. A little too much room, a little bit too much space, and you said a lot of great capitalization from Nexanu Esports, who, as a team, are interesting again because they give you space, and yet you shouldn't really want to give this team space the way that they are performing offensively. Wait a little bit longer here, but we're going into game 4 now, and the season is on the line for Team Silence. An RLCS 2026 with its ups and downs, its highs and lows. Team Silence must win to keep the RLCS 2026 hopes going. Nexanu Esports may be their ultimate downfall, unless Team Silence have something to say here. Game 4, match point against. They need Game 5, and they'll need their star players to show up here. Pressure's on. Nexanu Esports are the team to beat.
And the biggest thing here is a great start here for Team Silence to get things started with, but they are no stranger so far to facing elimination. It's been 3 times so far already they faced elimination in this entire tournament. This is the 4th time here, and now they have to find a way to get back into this one. Eris can take this one up off the ceiling. Great pass to Aqua, though. That one kept away by Pigeon, but Devo have to come up through with a follow-up. That one won't find its way through. Nexanu having a couple opportunities here to try and take advantage, but Resinal back downfield. Lev trying to keep it close. Resinal does get another touch here. Could open things up, but Nexanu will get this one cleared out.
I'm impressed Nexanu Esports didn't score on that play. I mean, it's the creativity that Nexanu Esports brings to their offense is really what's making them hard to handle, because anytime they go upfield, they always have something new that they can pull out of their hat. They always have the ability to find each other, to do something different, to do something unique, and to do something unpredictable, which ultimately is what's really causing a lot of problems with Team Silence. They don't know what Nexanu Esports is going to do next, and they have to sort of react to it. That's always so tough to do, and Nexanu Esports are not exactly going to slow things down either. All the boosts right now in their favor, so this is a really precarious spot to be, but cleared ahead. Oh, Pigeon doesn't have it! I think he would have wanted to. Eris does get there in time. End-to-end ball for now. Devo, off the back wall, can score from here, but he will hit it straight in the Pigeon. Team Silence back the other way with a play upfield. It's Eris who does an expertly well-played job to get it out. Lev can only slow things down here. That was really well played from Eris. It's a shame it didn't result in offense for Nexanu Esports.
Yeah, already got to be a little bit careful, though. It is starting to get offense here. Could be a shot here. Almost was a goal. Resinal clearing that one out. Should have been a 1-0 lead for Nexanu Esports, but Team Silence continuing to keep it close. The defense has improved completely throughout this entire tournament here. Been lackluster to start things off here, but turned into more of what we know from Team Silence, what they can do here, but they need to continue to try and find something. They have to keep the pressure going. Devo gonna cut 2 here. Lev, the last man back, has to find the clear. Can't exactly get it through. Resinal does get the clear away, though. Devo collects over to Eris, but no touch available here. Nexanu are starting to find a little bit of success here, but Team Silence are continuing to shut them down.
We've been saying it a couple times that it feels like end-to-end should be up by 1. They haven't yet. That should have gone in as well. It's off the post and out. Far too many close calls for Team Silence. And again, a couple times this game we've been talking about how they should be down by a goal. They've held on for now, but only for now. And they're going to need some offense. They're going to need that first goal. They're gonna need just some offense, some room to get boost. They haven't been able to win the resources, and end-to-end continuing to starve them of their life. Pigeon. He's got a full tank, and he'll use it wisely. Oh, it's a weak touch for Aqua. Shot is high. Aqua to clear. Lev. Pop up for Pigeon. Easily read by Aqua, and one that Pigeon will be disappointed in because it's giving the ball away to end-to-end. Up goes Eris. He won't have this read. Pigeon will. He's chasing Aqua. Boost will be for Pigeon. Aqua going to be chased along the way. And here goes Lev. Off the ball. Off the wall. It's off of Devo. And Aqua again. End-to-end quickly getting this ball out of their half. But Team Silence with their first real long-held possession of offense. What can they make of this?
Just gotta be a little bit careful here. Won't last too long though. Eris back downfield. Looks like we could go to overtime if nobody can really find any pressure, any true momentum to try and score here. Devo gonna leave this one for Aqua. Expert play, but Pigeon already up for this one. Lev again, just trying to keep it close. Has no boost, so he's gonna leave it for Pigeon here. Pigeon, one more opportunity here. He's out of boost as well. Everybody for next to new, fully boosted up, able to shut this play down and put this one back on offense. Devo again trying to look for this one. Eris a shot here, but not really many opportunities they've been able to capitalize on here. They've had so many opportunities. They should be up by so many goals here, but Team Silence have been able to continue playing a great game of Rocket League from behind here. Lev, one more 50, but Eris gonna dump it towards Aqua. That's gonna be cleared away.
It will be Devo. Lev trying to leave it for Resinal. Cleared away. The bounce that will be taken by Eris. Pigeon. Lev, a last chance in regulation, and it may be a shot here. Lev and Pigeon! Oh, it was going in! It was going in, and it hit the ground. Overtime in Game 4, a tragedy for Team Silenced. They'll need to pick themselves up here. Devo looking to end their season. Boost was a real problem for Team Silenced in regulation. They've been getting better and better at repelling the attack. Now it's Pigeon. That's too high. Left to shoot. Straight at Eris. Resinal still with one on the back wall. It will be an awkward play for Aqua. Lev again. 30 seconds gone in the overtime. All teams silent so far. But no goal to speak of. Pigeon over two. It will be left for Aqua. He gets taken out. Very high push right now for Lev. He's got to be careful. He doesn't overcommit. He did, but it will be an easy keep out for Team Silenced and a big clear as well. Offense still for them. Hope still with them that this series can continue.
Just have to be very careful. There's been again more opportunities next to new has had to try and shut this game out that they have not been able to capitalize on. They should have taken this series already by now, but Team Silence got their lucky stars here. Lev keeping it close, trying to look for one more here. Resinal still has to be a little bit patient. Does decide to finally keep this play close. Devo gets to 50. Resinal trying to get one more on Eris. Aqua already up. Aqua to the backboard, but not really much of an opportunity here. Eris trying to find the backboard as well, but Team Silence still able to get the clears out. Devo had to wait a little bit. Does find an opportunity here. Resinal shot. He had to save there. Does keep this one out again, but the pressure still not relieved really much on the blue half here. Team Silence still having to play on the back foot almost this entire game long. Lev on that one will go now, but Devo back to the blue half for pressure. And
Close
Resinal.
one there.
Yeah.
Oh, that one was mere moments away. It's a bad touch from Resinal. Devo can end the season up there. Will be played. Infield pass. Pigeon to clear. Next new Esports, the longer they hold this ball, the more and more they're going to take the boost of Team Silence, siphon away the resources. Double tap is in! Devo ends the season for Team Silence. Another 4-game filler. Team Silence couldn't score. Next to new will.
Such a long series for Team Silence. So many opportunities. Next to new, they won this game as they should have, but they should have won this a little earlier. So even though Team Silence definitely didn't get the opportunity to be able to take this series when it mattered most, next to new definitely are going to look back at this one and probably be a little bit more nervous going to the rest of this tournament here. This is definitely not one of the best performances we've seen out of them.
No, you said it as well. Next to Esports had more than enough chances to win this game against Team Silence. It was only a matter of time, it felt like, before one went in. Well, unfortunately, that one is here in the lower quarterfinals. Team Silence, their run is over as we speak. But 0-2, top 16. But what I will say is competitive in both series. Really competitive in both series. Team Silence, while they will be disappointed, they should not hang their heads in shame. These were two good teams. They couldn't beat them, but they played well against them. Unfortunately, though, I think they're going to be pretty unhappy because that does end the season. It ends the run for Team Silence. But again, what I will say is, what a season they've had so far. It may end here, but if you look back at Team Silence and what they've accomplished, this team wasn't even expected to be in top 16 at any point this season, and yet they have made it not only once, but twice. They did it in the LCQ, they did it in 2v2 as well. Team Silence have had a very good season for themselves.
Yeah, but one of the biggest things that you can definitely do is just go to Cold Stone, enjoy a ice cold ice cream to celebrate being able to make it here to the top 16. Definitely one of the best moments of their career so far, but definitely very much excited to see what they could do next season. That's going to be more so what they're going to have to think about here is what are they going to do if they want to be able to try and do it in 2027.
Did it as well. I do like the thought in my mind because with the way that you said that the Cold Stone ice cream would be the best moment of their career. But hey, for some people it is, and so is Rogue Energy, our other sponsor. So thank you to both of them. It's energy drinks, ice cream, all that you can love as a gamer. I know all you gamers like sugar, so there's a bunch of sugar for you out right there with Rogue Energy and Cold Stone Creamery. Well, what a season it has been here for Team Silence. What a night it has been for Team Silence as well. Gotta give credit. They had a lot of pressure on them. They had a lot that they had to do, but I mean, just to make it to top 16, they should be very happy for themselves. I mean, the fact that they made it as many times as they have for a team that before the season hadn't even made top 16. Well, the only one that had was Lev back when he played in the Middle East. So the fact of the matter is this team has made top 16 and top 8 in two of their events. That's way better than they expected for themselves. They should feel incredibly happy with the way that the season has gone. Maybe it didn't end the way they wanted to, but ultimately, this is a season where there's a lot more success than I think they were expecting, and I can only hope for the next season that success continues for these three.
Yeah, I agree. It was definitely a little bit rougher towards the second split there. The Paris Major definitely not the results they wanted, so wanted to come back with the LCQ with a bang here. And definitely, without a doubt, made some noise here. Gave Gen.G a little bit of a struggle there. Gave next to No a little bit of struggle. Honestly, one of the best performances, especially towards the later half of the season that we've seen out of Team Silenced.
Said it as well, a great performance from Team Silenced, a great season from Team Silenced. Pigeon, Resinal, Lev, to all of you I say, thank you so much for being on the stream, for being on the channel. Of course, to our subs in Cat and Gad, to our coaches, Kamikaze, who right now is having a lot of success on Team Kamikaze right now. As well, of course, Taizuko for jumping into this LCQ, to Fluffy, the manager for the entire season, to, of course, the Oregoner and Glectix, who reached out to me to even stream this season, of course, to all of the people that have been helping out, Cherry J, Zek Vexel, of course, Araufbeast joining me here as well. What a season it has been. Just, I wanted to say before we close things up, thank you. Thank you all of you who've been watching. Thank you to Team Silence for allowing me to do this as well. And thank you to, of course, Rocket League Esports, RLCS, for even opening up this opportunity. So many tournaments don't allow team streams. They do. And it's an absolute joy every single day. So, seriously, all my appreciation goes out to all of you. It's been an amazing, amazing season. And I can't wait for what RLCS 2027 has for offer, what the next season has for offer, because ultimately, I want to be back here next season. I want to be streaming next season. This is what I love to do. I mean, Araufbeast is what I know you love to do. It's so fun to just get to see these teams play, to live with the highs and lows, with the excitement and the recoveries and the awesomeness that happens here as well. Seriously, it's been incredible. It's been I can't say anything else. It's just been incredible, and RLCS 2027 is certainly going to be even better. Araufbeast, do you have anything else you want to say as well? Anything else you want to kind of add on before? I think we're going to get a quick interview with Team Silenced as well. They wanted. I asked about if we want to chat at the end of the season. I think they are willing to do it, so we'll see. But do you have anything you want to say while we get that set up?
It's just been absolutely wonderful to see all the teams compete this season. There's so many teams that have risen that probably not a lot of people would have thought would be able to compete. He's not definitely one of those that has proven to be one of the top at North America, being able to make those top 8s, those top 16s. And honestly, Sporty, I'm very, very proud to be able to be here, be able to cast with you, and honestly, very, very lucky to be able to have this kind of opportunity. You don't usually get this opportunity a lot in your lifetime, and it's just fun to be able to enjoy the sport that all of us love.
You said it as well. We all love this esport. We all love what this esport brings. And yeah, we are getting an answer from Resinal. They're gonna chat for a little bit. So we're gonna get things set up with Resinal for a moment. But man, again, I'm excited to see where these players go, whatever they do in the future. If they stay in Team Silence or not. A lot of teams I know change in the off season. I know for these players, there's going to be a question of whether or not they stick together. There always is for any team that at the end of this season, if they stick together, what changes, what doesn't. But whatever these players do, hopefully we get this. I hope to get to see them more. I hope I get to see more of their success, and I hope that they ultimately have a really good end to their season, a really good season next season, whether we see them or not. But while we do that, we will show you what the bracket looks like right now, since that is something that I do typically do on this channel. So this is what the bracket looked like before this round. This is what it looks like now, hopefully. Hopefully. You're getting a... by the way, we are going to talk with the whole Team Silence roster. Apparently, they're all available, so... I'll chat with them in just a quick moment, but, Araufbeast, I am trying to get the bracket to refresh. Hopefully it can. There we go. That's the refresh. So Gen.G did sweep Fortnite Flick. I don't think anyone's surprised about that. Next new Esports, obviously, what they win. Fortnite Flick got their loss, so they're playing M80 right now, is currently beating Dignitas. So next new Esports might be playing against Dignitas in the next round. They're playing against the loser of that series. Fortnite Flick will be playing against the winner of Bums United and Signature Plays from Jerbear. But again, we will get things set up in just a moment as well, but again, super excited for what this has on offer and what this can do for us as well. But again, is there any way you want to kind of recap what this bracket looks like? Any surprises? Anything that shocks you? Anything that's kind of interesting to look at here?
So first of all, it's Fortnite Flick series gets next to Esports, definitely next to new. It kind of understand a little bit with the way they were playing against Team Silence. Definitely not the next to new that we all probably expected them to be able to play as. But one thing that surprises me right now is M80 and Dignitas going the distance as well. And honestly, another thing too, Spacebound Cowboys, it looks like they could end up going to the upper bracket quarterfinals there. The way they're playing against XJM, definitely a little bit more surprised, especially considering SBC, one of those teams that Team Silence was able to take down just to make it to the Swiss stage.
Did it as well. The big surprise for me, as you said, is on the other side of the back, the Spacebound Cowboys are right now leading against XJM. And you know, Shadow Dweller's on that stream. I'm a big fan of Shadow Dweller. I've worked with her a ton. And I know the Spacebound Cowboys org. They've been desperate to have a strong performance this season. So credit to them. We beat them during this bracket. But if they can make a top 6, that would be incredible for that organization. As we're gonna get everybody in, I think we're gonna get a quick interview going as well. Araufbeast. There we go. Let's chat with the Team Silence players in just a moment here. We'll get things set up. We'll get things going. And we'll get Team Silence to join us for one last little chat. Welcome in, Team Silence. It's Resinal here as well. It's Teizuko. We'll get everybody else joining in as well. There we go. We got another one in Lev. And we're just waiting on Pigeon at this point as well. But, well, while we do wait for Pigeon to join here, Resinal, it's been an incredible season for Team Silenced. It's been an incredible showing. I know maybe things didn't end out the way you guys wanted to, but looking back, you guys have had a lot of success for players that haven't made top 16 in North America. Now having made a top 8 this season, making top 16 multiple times. Looking back on this season, I mean, what's the emotions that you have here, Resinal? Oh, wait a second, I muted you, my bad. Sorry about that. I was like, wait a second, I don't hear you on my side. Yeah, I muted you, my apologies.
Yeah, I was just saying, I think overall it went pretty well. Obviously, I think the top 8 was the highlight of the season. And it's kind of unfortunate that the highlight of the season was at the very beginning. But I think we still had like a lot of good wins and we had like a lot of good moments. It's just unfortunate that we couldn't close it out in like round 5 every time, at least in the regular season. I think we all expected to make like a few more regionals than we did. We just couldn't close it out, like couldn't close out the third win. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how the season went.
Oh, is
Honestly,
Araufbeast here? Okay, I thought you were
I'm
muted.
here. Oh, yeah. Definitely one of the more interesting series from you guys. Honestly, very, very impressed with the way that y'all were able to handle the LCQ. Definitely a couple struggles going through the Swiss stage, but luckily able to get it done. Was there any thoughts going on whenever y'all were struggling there in the Swiss stage to try and get you guys back into this and try and make that top 16?
Is there anyone that wants to answer that specifically, or?
What was the
It,
question
it,
again?
it, it can be any. How did y'all feel like trying to bounce back from going down to 0-2 in the Swiss stage, trying to make it top 16? It can be any of you guys, really.
For me, I felt it was normal. I knew we would probably come back at least to round 5. And when it was round 5, I just had to lock in. We just had to lock
Yeah,
in.
when we went 0-2, obviously it was not expected at all for us, so we were all a little bit like in shock, like, wow, we're really like 0-6 right now. But we knew all we needed was like one game. We just needed to win one game, and we would get our confidence back. And then once we won in round 3, we got the momentum back, and we started to believe again.
I reminded my players that at the end of the day, is it, worse to lose to these type of players that we shouldn't be, and then also not making the regional, the main event? Or is it better to lose to them, but then still make the main event? And what we did is clawed back bit by bit. And I told my players, like Resino said, all we do is once we win one game, get a couple goals going, we'll be fine. We followed our system. We executed for our the last 3 series we played, especially the last 2, and things went well. It was a rough start, but we bounced back, so I'm proud of them for that.
A very proud moment as well. Lev, before this season, you were the only player to have actually made a top 16, and that was in the Middle East. So to go into North America to get this kind of whiplash of different players, of different playstyles, of this kind of melting pot that North America is, as well, and to build up this chemistry that you've had with Pigeon and with Resinal, as well. I mean, you guys were teammates before the season started. You guys had been competing in events before the season started. You and Pigeon have been teammates well before that as well. Talk to me kind of kind of the building this kind of rapport with Pigeon, with Resinal, getting to be teammates with these players throughout what is at this point multiple seasons with a lot of these people, multiple events with a lot of these players, and what's it like kind of building up this kind of chemistry, this kind of team camaraderie? Because at this point, I mean, you can't split Lev and Pigeon and Resinal away from each other. It feels, at least this season, it couldn't feel like you couldn't split them. So, Lev, what was it like kind of building this this chemistry, this team before?
For Pigeon with me, I think it was the weeklies. Us playing weeklies like all the time with Netia, with Resonant, with everyone. It just made me understand how Pigeon plays more. But like competitively, I never like thought I would work with Pigeon. And Resonant was like he was the missing piece to it working. We tried it with Naya and it was pretty horrible. He had 0 chem. Still remember the LCQ from that day. Then with Resinal just fixed everything. He fixed everything in Pigeon, and he made the gameplay just easier.
Definitely.
I do have a question for you, Tazuka. Since you did have to come in a little bit more late here in the LCQ, how did it feel like? Was the game plan more so trying to be able to keep this Team Silent ship more so afloat, trying to get through the LCQ after having to come in to help starting in the Swiss stage?
Yeah, so I knew going in that the execution of things mattered. We didn't have much time. Obviously, I taught them a bunch of things. We developed a system in scrims in particular. At first, they weren't going so well, and then we just absolutely dominated the last couple of days of scrims. So I'm really proud of the players and their progress. I knew that on the day it would be all about mental, so I focused on making sure that the team's mental was good going into it and whatnot. Because at the end of the day, we didn't have too much time, but the players did progress nonetheless, like a lot, and they build really good habits, and I think they're going to carry that going forward. And I'm sure they're proud of the work that they put in. And yeah,
I see Pigeon's muted. Is Pigeon here, or is he just like listening?
I think he's watching. He's watching the.
Oh, he's watching something?
He might not be here.
Well, that's unfortunate. Well, Again, I mean, this has been an incredible season, an incredible run for all of you. I don't want to keep you guys for too long, obviously, so that you guys can kind of enjoy what is now going to be a bit of an off season here. You guys can try kind of improve as time goes on. Maybe get to watch and not have to feel the stress. I know you guys have mentioned about being so stressed before, in so many of your matches as well, but. Of course, this has been an incredible season, an incredible year of RLCS 2026. I've been enjoying every moment I've been here. I know Araufbeast has been enjoying it. He's been here for the LCQ. Of course, everybody has been enjoying watching this team succeed and find new heights for all of you. But of course, to not keep you all too long, we're gonna have some quick shoutouts. We have some quick final moments, some quick final words for all of you. We'll start with Taizuko, and I guess go from right to left here in the voice chat. But Tezuko, and anything you want to say, any shoutouts, any final messages to kind of cap off? Well, for you it would be an LCQ, but for the rest of these players, it'll be an RLCS 2026 season.
Yeah, I would like to shout out first and foremost my team. I really appreciate them giving me the opportunity. I hope they found me, to be a good coach. I'm really proud of them and all the progress they made. Shout out my brother Sosa, who's a professional player, of course, as you guys know. He's taught me everything I knew throughout all these years, along with a couple other pros. Shout out my fiance, shout out my family, and yeah, I'm just really proud of the boys. So shout out them primarily.
Guys at Esports, and he has a fiance. Wow, he's living life really well. Here as well. Thanks for laughing. That was not a good joke. Anyways, we'll go to Resinal now. As well. Do you have anything you want to add to that? Anything you want to say to cap off what has been an extremely entertaining season, and a season where I mean this whole team is pushed further than I think maybe people had them. Of course, next season's going to be even better. Do you have anything you want to say to cap off this season and looking forward to what is RLCS 2027?
Shout out Silenced for supporting us the whole season. Shout out my teammates, obviously, and shout out Taizuko. He's a amazing coach, and even if we didn't get the result we wanted today, I still think the things he's taught us are going to be super valuable in the long term, and we still have a lot of things to learn and improve on. So even though today wasn't what we wanted, I'm still very excited and looking forward to the future and continuing to improve.
Of course, and we'll go to Lev here. Lev, do you have anything you want to say as well? Anything you want to say to recap your season? You've come from a very interesting position, of course, knowing Pigeon from all those weeklies, getting to now play in this event, playing in the season with Pigeon and Resinal. Do you have any words you want to say to end to cap off what has been a very, very successful season for you?
Shout out my teammates, of course, and also shout out Taizuko for teaching us the fundamentals. I think it's actually going to help me in pretty long term. That he made me focus on a lot of things that I didn't fully notice. And of course, I want to give a shout out to Kai Sinat because my motivation, as always, and we cannot stop by that. I'll shout out Joni Boy for his amazing casting, Sporty EFC for saying Team Silence sucks last night. I remember that, Sporty.
I stand by that. I mean, it was a bad first 2 rounds. That's not hype.
Yeah. Shout out Team Silence and shout out everyone who supported us and thank you for
Team Silence is gonna fire me after this now with those comments. No, but thank you all of you. You all been amazing. You all don't suck, but you just had a bad day. But hey, today you looked great. A lot better, I should say. This whole season has been a huge upward trend for Team Silence and for all of you. I'm sure Pigeon could talk here. He said a lot of the same things that you all have said as well. So to Pigeon, if he's listening, Resinal, Lev, Taizuko, to everyone else who's been on Team Silence. As present to Gad, who isn't in this voice call, but who was on this team for this LCQ. Thank you all so much for making this season entertaining. It's really been an absolute blast. You all are amazing players, and I can't wait to see what the next season is going to be like for Team Silenced and for all of you individually.
Thank you for casting.
Thank you.
Thank you for casting, Sporty.
And also shout out Silence.
Oh wait, Pigeon is here. Wait, Pigeon finally woke up. Welcome in, Pigeon.
Oh.
Do you have any? Pigeon was just listening.
He's farming.
Pigeon, do you want to say? Do you want any quick shoutouts before we leave and end off this stream?
Shit. I'll shout you out, bro. You've been casting all our games since the start of the season. Really appreciate it, bro. I always love watching the matches back after we play.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Pigeon. And of course, I'm sure you would also shout out your teammates as well as the org.
Of course. Stuck out for an entire year.
Yeah.
Did what we could. See what happens next season.
yeah, I'm excited for what next season has in store. Well, thank you again, all of you, for joining in. Congratulations on a very successful RLCS 2026. Good luck with what RLCS 2027 brings to all of you. Have an amazing rest of your Saturday and off season.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well then, what a season. What a ride it has been. We're going to get Araufbeast to join in. I think he is disconnected a little bit here. There we go. Araufbeast is back. What a season has been, Araufbeast here. Those players are making me feel bad for my comments yesterday. You know, maybe I'm just a good luck charm as well. Just, you know, saying bad things about. You ever had those situations where you say some bad things about your team and they just do really well all of a sudden? I think that's what happened yesterday. And they're not forgetting about it. Well, what we can say is we will not be forgetting about you, Team Silence. What a season it has been, Araufbeast. What a day it has been. What a season it has been. And what an RLCS 2026 it has been. I can't wait for RLCS 2027. Of course, that doesn't start until like December. So we're going to be waiting a while. November, December. Like October, November, December. It's going to be like November, December when we start again. So we'll be waiting a long time. I'm Antsy. I want to be in RLCS 2027 now, but there's an off season to be had. There's a lot of waiting to be had. But what I can say is here, Araufbeast, when RLCS 2027 does come back, certainly it's going to be bigger and better than it has been this season. And again, I can't wait to see Pigeon, Lev, Resinal, all continue to find success when the new season comes. And I can't wait. It's going to be amazing. And Araufbeast, today has been amazing. You've been amazing. Everybody watching has been amazing. Thank you to all of you who've been watching. Araufbeast, I want to say thank you to everybody who's been watching as well.
Of course, it's been absolutely wonderful to have you guys here. It's just been so good having you guys support this Team Silence, because this Team Silence definitely has something very, very special. I think a lot of people have been able to really see it until as of late, especially that 2v2, being able to watch Pigeon and Resinal being able to absolutely light it up there in the 2v2. But honestly, just giving me a lot of joy in being able to know what's probably going to come next for North America for RLCS.
Oh yeah, North America has always been an entertaining region. Well, you have all been entertaining guests. Thank you so much for joining us here for RLCS 2026. From Team Silence, Rogue Energy, Coldstone Creamery, I'm Spuddy FC. Thank you so much for joining us for RLCS 2026. We'll see you next season in RLCS 2027.
Are you scared of all these changes? Are you trying to hold on tight? Memories are slowly fading. I hope that you realize time is moving fast, but we can make this moment last. Time is moving fast, but we can make this moment last. Time is moving fast, but we can make this moment last. We can make this moment last. We can make this moment last. I know you feel like a stranger, watching everyone pass by. Whatever it is you're chasing, I hope that you realize. Time is moving fast, but we can make this moment last. Time is moving fast, but we can make this moment last. Time is moving fast, but we can make this moment last. We can make this moment last.